Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Deluded Reds podcast.
Cheers,
So,
man.
exciting times for Liverpool fans. Pramod,
Exciting times, but my reaction maybe wouldn't say so. I'm pathetic. I'm. These are not the kind of times I look forward to. It's very stressful. We're playing a very annoying team every now and again. It's horrible. Yeah.
yeah, nervousness is pretty much all over your face. I think the derby, bro, tomorrow is going to be a little risky game. I'm pretty sure we're going to win, but I think there are going to be a couple of injuries, dude. That kind of a gut, that having those bad
They don't scare me.
in my tummy.
Everton doesn't. The Everton doesn't scare me. It's the whole quest that we are after. That's what scares me. This
Hmm.
entire thing, the whole quadruple thing that has been laden on us. I think that annoys me because I don't know because now everyone's talking about us and the analysis on us. It's just endless and. And we have one of the most ruthless teams in the world who are we are neck and neck with them. Okay, and this is seriously not good for people like me. I mean, I was happier when we were shite, man. I was really happy when we were shit. Okay,
Hmm.
right now I think I'm the most pessimistic fan out there.
Yeah, I mean we're all pessimistic, but dude, come on, this is what you live for, dude. I don't think any team in the history of English football has been in four competitions until this long into the season.
Hmm.
It's
Right.
legendary. I don't want to jinx anything, but yeah, I'm dreaming about a quadruple every single day. Every
Hmm.
every night when I go to bed, I'm thinking about the quadruple. Every day I
Hmm.
wake up, I think about the quadruple. I know it's unrealistic, but I think that's what these are the stuff that our dreams made of. Uh, I really hope we can do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't think there's any emotional attachment towards winning a quadruple, being the first team to win. Not that. It's just
Hmm.
the that love, the affection that we have in seeing our team win, seeing Klopp
Hmm.
win like all four trophies in the one season because of all the shit that happened to us in the last season, the injuries and
Yeah.
so man, that Allison Becker goal is like a big saver, dude. It's all because of that one goal that we're still in the Champions League. We got qualified,
Right.
and well, we're going all the way. But
Hmm.
yeah, Pramod, so don't want to move off topic. The whole point of this episode is to talk about one particular person. This one character in particular. It's Thiago,
Yeah.
right? Pep Guardiola earlier
Hmm.
told that it's Thiago or nothing for him when he signed for Bayern as manager, right? And
Hmm.
he did land Thiago, and Thiago was pretty much the guy who was pulling the strings for Bayern for 7 8 years, if I'm not wrong,
Hmm.
and he was the guy doing the same for our team in the last 3 games.
Hmm.
In the last three
He's
games,
more. I think
yeah,
he's more like the central nervous system of Bayern, no? Like the it was all linked to him.
yeah, like the orchestra,
And
right? The guy who's playing the
yeah,
orchestra, the guy who's leading
right,
it.
right. And also he's not a very easy player to analyze. Okay, he's a very okay. First of all, when his introduction to Premier League, okay, you can when someone starts playing, you can tell if this person is a baller or not. Okay, I had no doubt about that. I,
Mhm.
the moment Thiago walks in, okay, this guy is a baller. Okay, these
Yeah.
guys don't need like time to adjust or anything.
I mean,
Okay,
they need time. I think he also needed time. But yeah, go on.
but that was a different part of it. I mean, it was more physicality related. It was about his age and stuff. It was not his skill. It was not his skill set. Okay, the moment he walks in, okay, this guy is a baller. Okay, and I had only one doubt in my mind that could he? It's just that physicality part. Can he cope with the rough and tough? Like this Stoke kind of mindset. These kind of people. Can he cope with them? I mean, this guy's got fitness written all over him, man. But can he do that? Because he's not as easy to analyze as KDB is. Okay, KDB is or Iniesta is or who's the other guy you were talking about earlier. So these guys, You know what they're doing, like point to point. Okay, Thiago is a little slightly more complicated than that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think he's a
and
more
he's been
subtle
running.
player.
Yeah, and he gets. I think he handles like multiple roles in the midfield. Okay, and Hendo and Thiago, they kind of keep. It's like the roles keep shifting from one place to another, and it's really very interesting. Okay, and he's been running the show, man. He's been running the midfield,
Dude,
and
yeah. Speaking of running the
hmm,
show at Anfield against United.
hmm,
I mean, as bad as that game was, as easy as that game was for us,
hmm,
Thiago, dude, like there was pretty much one person I was looking at the entire game, irrespective of where the ball was, whether the ball was with Salah, whether it was going. I was looking for Thiago. Where is he? What position is he?
hmm.
Who made that pass? How did he possibly make those long balls? Dude, he just owned everyone there, like Rashford, Bruno,
Bruno,
I think a couple of
Bruno,
other. Oh my God,
Bruno, Bruno was bloody bullied, man. Bruno was bullied by that guy. Okay,
swear.
you know what? Before I say anything, I would say, this whole United game, I would keep this away from the competition. Okay, this is just for us fans to watch later. Okay, like to watch later, like 2 or 3 years from now, what kind of a player this guy is.
Sure. This
Because the games are not going to be like that. Thiago is not going to be playing like that in like the coming like 8 or 9 games. It's not going to be this easy. Okay, this guy saw the opportunity of, okay, you know what? Let's boss today. Okay, and he just took it. Okay, and as fans, I mean, like the future games are not going to be like this. It's going to be more complicated. We're going to see how Thiago played against City in Etihad. We're going to see more of that. Okay,
absolutely.
we're not going to be seeing more of this easy looking salsa doing bloody.
No,
It's
Pramod. I think even against City, he was the same salsa looking, salsa doing Thiago only.
but
He
he's
was
quicker.
even Foden. He pocketed Foden. I can't say pocketed. I think that was Trent who did that. But he
Hmm,
pretty much owned Foden. He didn't let him get past him. Bernardo Silva, dude. Thiago versus Bernardo Silva. Like the entire game, Bernardo Silva was trying to mark him, was trying to attack Thiago when he had the ball. He was trying to get past
hmm,
Thiago when Bernardo had the ball. No, nada. Thiago was having nothing. I'm not sure
hmm.
if you noticed all those things.
I
They have
I
like three
feel
players around him.
I
And
feel he was very relaxed here. Okay, against United he was very relaxed. Okay, his pace, right? His pace wasn't up there. Okay, okay. Reaction time. Okay, against City, his reaction time was okay. It was like a bloody bird eye chili. Okay, it was quick. Okay, he did not have time to fool around. Okay, with
absolutely.
with United, it was he had, you know what, relax. He could have done his shopping while playing the game. Okay, so that kind of game is not going to happen again in this season. Okay,
Yeah.
it's going to be yeah. We got
Sure,
to
he's not
put
gonna have
this
any
game
players.
back in the archives. We got to put this back in the archives, and let's revisit this place when we build a bloody statue for Thiago. Okay, we'll revisit this game at that time because oh my god, that was embarrassment for all the opponents involved.
No, it was embarrassment for us also beating someone so badly and such a respectful opponent. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
beating them 5-0 once is okay, bro, but it was really hurting my conscience that, oh man, we really got to beat them 4-0 this time. Karma is eventually going to get back to us, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line when they are good and when we are not that good. I think, I
It
just
will.
hope it doesn't happen to us, dude. I think
We,
our
I'll
team.
tell you what, we're gonna be shit someday. Okay, we're gonna be shit someday. But I'll tell you, we are never gonna throw the towel. Okay, I have never seen a United team like in the last 24 years. Okay, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've been seeing this United team throwing the towel. Okay, before that they never used to. Okay, always. I mean they had the upper hand, man. Why would they? Okay, and when we were shit, we never used to throw the towel. I know we never used to. After 10 minutes, someone's morale is down. Yeah. I mean, after 10 minutes, things didn't go my way. My morale is down. Screw it. that's an embarrassment. Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's stick to the point. Let's talk about Thiago because
Thiago.
there is so
Yeah.
much more to this man. Um, Go on, man.
So there's this one thing about Thiago. Okay, what he did to Rashford, one
Hmm.
move, it reminded me of this thing which Wenger told about Zidane. Okay, so
Hmm.
Wenger and Zidane played a couple of years back in a charity match,
Hmm.
and so what Wenger did is he basically beat Zidane and he took the ball away and then he built a good gameplay. Okay, and it was a very beautiful skill to look,
Hmm.
to the eye. And when the
Hmm.
reporter asked Wenger, asking Wenger like, "How did you do that? You're so older than Zidane." So he's like, "Yeah, first I went left, Zidane came left. Then I went right, Zidane came right, and then I went left, and then Zidane went to the hot dogs." So something like that. Okay, so Thiago, when I saw that move which Thiago pulled off, there was Rashford and there were like two other United players. Okay,
Hmm.
that same line came to my head. One
Hmm.
second he's got the ball, one second he's showing that he's going to play to Trent. Next second he's gone. All three players are left looking at Trent and this wing, and he's just looked right and he's passed it off to Fabi on the other wing. So,
Hmm.
dude, this kind of a technical ability, it's
Hmm.
bloody rare. You don't get it. And
Hmm.
I don't know what good we did that he's landed here, but
Hmm.
yeah. Having this kind of a quality, you have to ask this question: have we ever had such a good midfield player, technical ability per se? Okay,
Hmm.
from a person who's more composed on the ball, who's got more, you can't say showboating, but more composure and more abilities to keep the
Hmm.
ball, retain the ball, and find a marksman and not
Hmm.
give away. So Gerard is a different kind of a player. Okay, so when
Gerrard is not this kind of a player.
exactly. You can't even compare these two. Okay. So I'm talking about, and by the way, Gerard is not a technically gifted player. He was a he was a beast of a player. Okay, one of the best
Hmm.
midfielders maybe. But Thiago is that technical side of things like Iniestas, your Modric, your Pirlos. Like these guys. Your Alonso. I think Alonso is
Alonso.
just
That's
that.
what I was going to say.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the closest we had to this is Alonso.
yeah,
Okay,
hands down, absolutely.
and the calmness that he brings, no, I think because he's handling multiple things over here. Okay, uh, Genie. Okay, his predecessor. Let's talk about that. Okay,
Another very
what?
technical player.
Yes, very technical player. Okay, a proper workhouse kind of a player. Okay, in the long run. Okay, like the kind of teams that we play, some may feel that Genie would be more useful than a Thiago. Okay, because the whole health wise, less injury prone and the entire thing. Okay,
Yeah, I think that
but
narrative is gone now. Thiago has proven he's as fit as anyone else.
yeah, he's fit. Okay, he's so fucking calm and composed, and then he's sometimes also doing the holding job. Okay, they quickly do the reverse. The Hendo and Thiago, they do the reverse. Okay, see, that's the another thing. Okay, the how quickly these people gel with players. Okay, the chemistry, how quickly that happens. Okay, this guy just walked in. This guy just walked in, and he instantly knew how to do that. And the chemistry he has with Hendo is brilliant. Sometimes I feel, what, Thiago and Hendo shouldn't play in the at the same time. But after the last 5 games, I think I'm changing my mind now because even Klopp, I don't know, Klopp is tactically pulling out, pulling out things out of his. He's pulling rabbit out of his hat, dude. Okay, but he's surprising me more tactically
I think
in the last 5 to 10 games. And these guys are like the principal masters. Okay, Thiago, the Hendo, and the VVD, they're the principal masters, and this guy is like, pulling it so well, and he's very difficult to analyze, like I said, because KDB. Okay, if I look at KDB, okay, I feel KDB is an improved Lampard.
no man, you're disrespecting KDB for that. I can't agree completely. I know where you're coming from, but no,
An improved Lampard.
he's not a poacher.
Why would I?
KDB is not a poacher. Lampard
He's
is
not a
oh,
poacher. He's not a
Lam-
poacher, but it's like a sort of
Lampard was.
that's why. See, that's what I'm telling. He's an improved Lampard. Okay, sometimes he reminds me of Iniesta, but it's relatively easier. The way they are set up, it's relatively easier to analyze what he's doing. Okay, KDB is not taking up versatile roles. Okay, yes, he did take up the false nine thing. Okay, but when he's playing the midfield, it's easier to analyze what he's doing. Okay, Thiago takes up multiple roles when he's on the midfield. Okay, and it's oh my god. Shall I just take a moment and say we as a team, okay, the way we are tracking back, I'm I'm thoroughly impressed with this. Okay, and people like people like Thiago, Mane, the way we are tracking back, and this is what, and everyone understands it. Okay, chemistry wise, I would say we are the best team in the world. Chemistry wise, okay, these group of people, they just they have put their egos on the fucking bench and they've come. Okay, and
Absolutely.
it just feels like everyone knows. See, chemistry wise, I feel we are the best. Okay, we have our problems. Okay, we have our problems. I mean, I still don't think we are favorites to win anything. Okay, I still feel like ye nahi jayega, we gonna just end up home with just league cup. That's all. Okay, but these are the things. See, these are the things that give me real happiness. Okay, this kind of glue that has been set up. Yeah.
Dude, another very important thing that we need to look at when we say Thiago's performance, right? He's dictating midfield. So
Mm,
I think Gerard and KDB are more similar than KDB
mm,
and Lampard. Okay, that I don't want to go too much into that comparison, but I just wanted to put my thoughts on Okay. Uh, and KDB, I wouldn't say again, KDB is not a very technical player. Okay. I think Gundogan in the City team is a way more technical player than KDB. KDB is a more direct player. Okay.
mm,
And so if you look at player to player comparison between City and Liverpool, I think what Thiago is for Liverpool, I think Gundogan is for City. Okay. Modric is the same for Modric, or even Cruz are the same for Madrid, right? And stuff like that. The thing with Thiago, right, and what about it is whenever he picks up a long ball, okay,
mm,
he looks up, he knows where the player is, he knows where to put the ball, and it's never a ball to the to his legs. It's always 2-3 yards behind him, or 2-3 yards ahead of him,
mm,
just so he can make that run and take that momentum into the goal line. That's what Thiago does, and those long balls are inch perfect. Okay, so
mm,
Salah's amazing at receiving. That's a given, but you can't take away anything from Thiago in those passes. Some of the passes that you see just mind blowing. Okay, and it's not just the passes. That's just
mm,
the one aspect of it. Defensively, some of the tackles that he pulls off, the sliding ones, he just pockets the players, dude. From
mm.
it's like advantage City or advantage United. A player is counter attacking, and then from nowhere, Thiago just puts his leg in and
He's not a
it's
very aggressive defender.
prime
That's a good
McLeary.
point, actually. He's not an aggressive defender. Okay, he's a
Exactly.
very tactful defender when he's tracking back and when he doesn't do these mindless tackles and he doesn't get tempo get the better of him.
Yeah, he's
That's
not a very
actually a good point.
overpowering midfielder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Mm,
a lot of players, like your Nigel De Jong, ex-Man City player. I'm not sure if you
mm,
remember him.
mm,
Uh, Even Gerard was in a way a very overpowering midfielder. Okay, Thiago
mm,
is a very subtle player, but he just
mm,
gets everything done. And the thing is, you won't even know, the opponents don't even know it. By
mm,
the time he's turned, he's just shown them the back and he's made the pass, and opponents are still left looking like, oh shit, where did he go? You know,
mm,
that is this ability is very, very rare. Okay, in a Liverpool shot, like we were talking about, I think Alonso was the last guy who had something like this. But again, a little bit, their characteristics and their abilities were slightly different. They're not
mm,
exactly on the same ground. I think Thiago is also a little more of a dribbler than Alonso. Alonso was little less of a dribbler and more of a passer,
mm,
more like tiki taka, midfielder.
mm,
Thiago is a little more and also the way he dribbles, dude. He just takes that one touch. He just shows the person left and then he goes right, or he shows them right and he goes left. He just gets away from players, and you can't do
mm,
anything for it. And the thing is, these are basics which are taught to all the kids who play football, who are starting
mm,
off, right, from your grassroots levels. These are the basic skills that are taught, okay? And
mm,
what this speaks about Thiago is his fundamentals are so strong that he doesn't need to, do too much, or he doesn't need to overdo anything on the pitch. He just gets
mm,
the basics right, whether it's a pass, whether it's just making sure, awareness. He always, you look at his game, okay? He's always like
mm,
this, always
mm,
looking right, left, seeing which player is where, and then he makes that long ball from the
mm,
corner of the eye. Sometimes it's a no look pass, right? We
mm.
saw so many of
He
that last.
scans the ball the least. I mean,
Exactly.
sorry, he scans the
So,
players the least. Yeah, he scans the players the least. It's just one or two looks, and then it's parceled off. Okay, and it's parceled off in like brilliant fashion. I mean, and it's always like that it feels like he's passed on a sparrow to someone. It's always it's always so smooth and oh my god, it's beautiful to watch. It's
yeah,
beautiful to watch, and I think the other thing is we are also conserving him well. Okay, when
exactly.
you have a when you have a weapon like this, you gotta conserve. Okay, and now for a team like City who had a squad depth like who have an insane squad depth. Now even they are conserving. I mean, the fear has even struck them. Okay, and they are also conserving their best. And we are doing this. We are the masters of conserving. Yeah, we don't go all out. Okay, right now that's why my favorite term for Liverpool is getting the job done minimally.
Getting the job done, minimal FC.
Yes, that's what we are.
Minimalist FC.
Okay,
Ah, it's a good
we are
name. Good
so
drink.
yeah we are so tactically different from what we were 4 years back. Okay, tactically we have made a lot of tweaks. Okay, and every tweak that we are making, it's just a step towards maturity.
What's really amazing about the what you just said, and I mean it's of course true. The the key thing to note here is we are not the same team that we were 3 4 years ago. Okay, we are not that heavy metal football team, but
Right.
we do that in portions.
Hmm.
It's so controlled that
Very
when we
controlled.
want it, we deploy it. It's like a bloody software or like a robot, and then okay, the next 5 minutes we need to
Done.
get a
Switch.
goal, deploy
Yes.
it, and
Yes.
go. Bang, 2 3 counter attacks, at least one goal and 2 3 counter attacks. Okay, you
Hmm.
see majority of the game. Okay, I think out of
Hmm.
90 minutes, probably for 60 to 70 minutes in an average game which we'll win like 2-0. I think we are very conservative, very we play a possession dominated game, but a very counter attacking game. Okay, so you won't see too many attacks or the strikers forwards getting too many touches, no cross balls in the opponent half. No, that doesn't happen. Okay, but for those 10 20 minutes, which is approximately 20 30% of the game, when we absolutely want a goal, that is when that that is deployed. All those characteristics that we had, the best, what defined our past, right, the last 3 4
Hmm.
years,
Hmm.
it all comes in portions just when we need it. Okay, and it's beautiful because
It's
opponents,
condensed in.
yeah, opponents, they don't get a whiff of this. They don't
Hmm.
know when this is happening. They think that okay, it's a more conservative game. They're gonna make this pass. They're gonna not come at us. But then before they know it, this happens. That's my observation. Of how we've been playing off late.
Hmm.
And what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. So these are the so we have condensed it into like 15 20 minutes. Okay. And we are like, I think we are the most resourceful team. Okay. I, we are the most, we are very, very good at getting the best out of, like, okay, I wouldn't say getting the best, taking everything needed from in player. Okay, like the way we have been using Mane, the way we have been using Firmino, the way we have been using Milner. Okay, if it was any other top team, they would be out of the team by now. You realize that a Leroy Sane, he's been packed off. He's in
Mm.
Germany now. Okay,
Yeah.
like Leroy is one example. Okay, of someone just for the sake of freshness, they keep changing it. You know what? We have been so bloody optimal with that. Okay,
And
and that
very
is,
effective.
yes, optimal and
Perfect.
effective.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like how Netflix does business. It feels like that. Okay, very optimal, resourceful, like getting the most out of, you have that. Let's squeeze the most out of this. Okay, and let's squeeze the most out of it in small portions. Okay, that's what we are doing with Thiago. We are not sending him out there like the way we abused, you remember, you keep talking about this, the way we abused Torres, like, get
Yeah.
the most out of him every bloody game, like go. We are not doing that. Okay, we have matured as a management a lot. Okay, we realize if someone is a good player, and we are not letting anyone hold us hostage. Okay, we have enough backup and uh, in right portions. It's not that we have excess of anything. We don't have excess of anything. Okay, and this is what is the favorite part of this entire stage, of this entire 4 5 years of our dominance. I mean, I can't say dominance because we've really not dominated, but this great run. Okay, this is my most favorite part of it. Most optimal usage of resources.
Yep. That's true. I think everything was agreed to most of it. I think one point which has to be made is sorry, sorry. One point that has to be made is
Hmm.
how he compares against elites. One, within the Premier League era. Two, uh, across the globe. Okay, so I have a couple of thoughts on it. First, of course, I would like you to tell me where he compares. Is he underrated? Because for a guy who is actually that gifted, okay, even we've not seen as much of Thiago. It's only these last few games that we've been seeing him. And another thing that you were saying, right, about his managing his minutes. I still don't, I don't think he's finished 90 minutes even in one game this season.
He
Okay, I
hasn't.
don't remember. He's either come on as a sub or he's even if he started the game, he goes off at around 70 mark or the
But
90th mark.
that's enough. But that's what it is. That's the beauty of it. We don't need more of it. Yeah, continue the question.
So, how he compares against other great players, I think internally, Alonso is the closest thing that we could compare him to.
Hmm.
I think they also shared a dressing room in Bayern Munich, and I think Alonso was also more like a mentor to Thiago. Okay, so
Hmm.
hence a lot of similarity. But yeah, if you go across right now, let's say that we win a couple of more trophies this season. Okay,
Hmm.
so Thiago's name is definitely going to come up on the board, and he will make the world player of the the 11 world 11, or maybe Premier League 11, Champions League, best 11 players.
Hmm.
Uh, what's your how confident are you that's going to happen? Currently, Thiago really has shown his performances in the last couple of games, but in the entire season, right? I don't think we know. Okay, but besides Liverpool fans, I don't think people have.
People have taken notice.
Yeah, they have not taken notice of his game and his impact, right?
Hmm.
And I think that's fair to a certain extent because he's not had that
Hmm.
okay, fire in his belly. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Where do you
See,
think it's
I do. Overall, right? I don't think Thiago is an underrated player. Okay, when he came in, I remember Rooney or someone had given a statement that, oh, they are signing Thiago, so it's all finished then. So you guys just forget signing. His statement was addressed to directed at United
right?
actually,
Okay.
and And after that, I started knowing more about Thiago after that. Okay, and I looked at some of his games with Munich and how he was like basically, like I said, central nervous system of Munich. And I think he's appropriately rated. Okay, I don't think he's underrated or anything. Okay, I do see him like I do see like apart from Alonso, I do see some similarities between him and Luka Modric. Okay, but Luka Modric is given like his roles in Real Madrid. That is a very differently operated team. Okay, so right now doing the comparison would be very. It's gonna be very. It's gonna be like apples and oranges.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll come back to that comparison a little later because those two teams will also hopefully meet in the finals, and that I think that is the battle which will decide who wins the finals. Okay, if Real
Yeah.
Madrid do make it to
If
the
Real
finals.
Madrid. Yeah, if Real Madrid win it. Okay, but it see at this point I would say Luka Modric. It will be like comparing apples and oranges only for the fact that we both are very differently operated teams. Okay, like tactically so very vastly poles apart. Okay, but I do see some similarities between those two as just individuals, as just midfielders. I do see that. Okay, and this guy will like you asked this right. I mean, if we manage to win like couple of trophies, okay, this guy will this guy will be the team of the year. Okay, there is no doubt about it. I mean, this guy has to have that place.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah. See, conversely, if City win like 2 or 3 titles, it will be KDB. KDB will be in every world level. Okay,
I think
it's
KDB would make it even
even
otherwise.
if they don't.
They don't win anything because I think he deserves it.
Hmm,
He's not shown it in numbers this season,
hmm,
but I think his performances are
impact,
still
impact, yeah. Impact. I mean, I think the moment of the season for them would be that Atletico win because he brought it. Okay, the impact of that game, the first leg. I'm talking about the first leg. He really brought it home. Okay, it was to break dread. You know how it is. I mean, breaking dreadlocks against Atletico when they are doing a bloody 5-5 and all that. Okay, so
yeah.
yeah, see, again, like I'm talking about this because it was relatively very easy to analyze what he did. Okay. What Thiago does is far more sophisticated.
More nuanced, it's more complex. It's you
Yeah.
put it into words. It's not easy to follow him also, right? He
Hmm.
moves very quickly, moves very silently, very effective,
Hmm.
just gets things done. I think De Bruyne is also a guy who's very, catchy to the eye. Like, from, there's a guy running there, it's De Bruyne because he's also pretty big and he's, pretty strong
Hmm.
physically. But Thiago, right? I think Thiago is more like the tiger, stealth. The movement is very stealth, but
Hmm.
equally as strong as a lion. That's what I've taken away from looking at his performances, looking at his overall ability. Okay.
Hmm.
Another thing I want to ask you is when I've been seeing Thiago and I've been observing him in the last couple of games, right, especially against the City and the United games. Uh, the thing that I really wanted to talk about is how well he is and how good Pirlo was. Andre Pirlo, I think during his
Hmm.
AC Milan days, I think his prime years were there, but even at Juventus, he was still boss, right? Even
Hmm.
I think
Crystal balls.
Euro
When Italy
2012,
won, Italy were doing like amazingly well. Wait, it was
2012 Euros,
yeah. I
where they
think
lost the finals to Spain,
yes.
got
Spain
humbled.
won it, but Pirlo was amazing the entire tournament.
He bossed it, and I think it's the closest I've seen any Liverpool player, midfielder, come to Pirlo because there are very few midfield performances that I remember, okay, which have been
Italy
so
versus
important.
Italy versus England. Pirlo versus England. That same semis, Euro
That's
semis.
that's correct. Yeah. And I think even Gerard, no. I mean, for all the love that we have for him, he was a different player, but he's dictated, controlled the game on his own, but just letting the game play without him being as involved.
Hmm.
Okay. That is something which PLO has done amazingly well, and that is what Thiago is doing now. So see, it's one thing that you receive the ball, you dribble past 3, 4 players, you run into the box and you take a shot, and then it goes into the goal. That's Gerard. okay, impact player, very direct player. That's also very KDB type,
And
right?
very leadership driven player.
Exactly. But the thing with PLO was, right, the biggest, at least during his prime years, the thing I really loved about him is he would dictate the game as much
Hmm.
as a Gerrard would, but in a very different way. He wouldn't be actively involved. Like he would make a pass, and that pass would speak a lot about the team's next set of moves. He would
Hmm.
make a long diagonal ball, and you know, okay, the winger is going to cross it back here, or he's going to cut it back inside. You know that, okay, and it's very similar with with what Thiago is doing. Like the move that Thiago does, I think the
Hmm.
team basically adjusts and they decide their next moves. Their game flow is dependent
Hmm.
on that one pass which he makes. Okay, and I think the trump card for us this season is Thiago.
Hmm. Yeah.
Discuss your thoughts.
Yeah. See, I would, you know what? Pirlo and Iniesta are more like governor generals. Okay. They, they take, they, they are the kings of that midfield. Okay. Nobody else is. Okay. Here, this is more of a partnership. Okay. I'll tell you, I'll give you a small example of how Pirlo conducts. Okay. I'm trying to paint a picture here. Okay. So Pirlo has the ball. So it's like, hey, you take it, give it back to me. Hey, you take it, give it back to me. Hey, you take it, give it back to me. Hey, you take it, give it back to me. Okay. And then I will assess the situation. Yeah, play, give it back to me. Okay, give it back to me. I'll assess the situation, and yes, it's like I'm running an orchestra here. Okay. That's Pirlo. Okay. That is one man running the midfield. Okay. When you have two people running the show, okay, when you have like an Alonso Gerrard, okay, this is a proper Hendo Thiago midfield. Okay, when you have two, you're not the governor general. Okay, you are switching roles. Okay, you're switching roles. You're opening up spaces. Okay, you're trying to scheme. Okay, you're trying to lay an offside trap. You're sorry, offside trap, bol rahe hain. Attacking trap. Okay, and it's a very different ball game. Okay, so the comparison with Pirlo, I wouldn't have much. Okay,
Okay.
Modric a little bit more. Okay, Modric a little bit more, but Pirlo or Iniesta, I wouldn't have comparisons with them. Although yes, Iniesta and Xavi, they both were a part of a duo. Okay, but it's kind of complicated to answer this. Okay, but I I honestly do feel Thiago will be the impact when we play against the big ones. If
Hmm.
we have to win trophies, he will have to be the trump card.
Right.
Okay, he will have to be because we've got to be looking at it realistically. Okay, we have not done well against big teams this season. If
uh
City we drew twice,
I thought we just
Chelsea,
beat team 9-0 on aggregate.
dude, not a tough team, not a big team. Honestly, I'm not having a go here. Not a tough team. Okay,
Very
City we
true.
drew twice, Chelsea we drew twice. Okay, Tottenham we already drew, and we have them lurking around. Okay, Arsenal was one big team we've beaten twice. Okay, but again, Arsenal are still transitioning into another this thing. So it was relatively moderately easy for us. Okay, we didn't school them or anything, but good performance. So yes, these big games, these guys have to show up, and we have a lot of big games. Sunny, we have 8 big games coming up, 8 or 9 big games.
Yeah,
All
I think we have 6 games in the league and probably 3-4 games in the Champions League. Let's say
three,
two semis
three
and one FA Cup, so four in total. 4 cup games and six league games, so 10 at best.
at best 10 games, and out of those 10 games, at least 5 of those games are going to be very, 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 very big games. Okay, and to break dreadlocks, and if we are to win, this guy has to be the shining star. Okay,
Yeah,
and it's
Thiago or nothing.
Thiago or nothing. Yes, it does justice. It does justice to the whole name of the episode. Like it was a nice segue. We brought it all back together in the end.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, to conclude this, right? Uh, you've put in your thoughts. What I think about Thiago is he's up there with elites. Probably he's not. He needs to have a little more impact in this Liverpool team with in terms of trophies to be considered by the general public. Um, in and also comparing to players, right? I think he's more of a Javi type of player. He doesn't
Mm,
dribble too much with the ball. So Iniesta is a little more of that. But I do think he's got the flavor. He's very similar to Javi, and he's got that flavor of movement from Pirlo, receiving the ball and distributing it, quick passes, getting out of
mm,
packed spaces. Like Alonso is
mm,
very good at that. I think he's learned his trade from like a lot of these players. Okay, um, time will tell. I think the trophies and the stats will speak for itself and decide
mm,
where it goes. It was pretty sad to see Thiago be on the bench for pretty much most of the Euros that happened last year. The Euros which Italy won,
mm,
2020, uh, technically 2021.
mm.
But yeah, I think Thiago was at best a substitute in all of the games. Okay, it was very surprising to see that. But I think if there is a World Cup that's going to happen in 2022, right, December, I
Hmm.
think Thiago is going to be an important player because he's in form, in rhythm. He's picked up that match fitness. I think he also was suffering from COVID and a knee injury and a couple of other things last season. Okay, maybe all that
Hmm.
contributed to that. But yeah, we are seeing the best version of Thiago, and I hope we can squeeze it out for at least the next 2 3 years. It would be great. I think at least one league title in the next 3 years. Inshallah, if it happens, it
Hmm.
happens. We'll all go
Hmm.
home singing his name. But yeah,
Yeah,
uh, Thiago and Modric, uh, I think that is gonna be a belter of a game. I think
if it happens.
if there are kids that are going to learn, who want to watch football and learn, they have to look at these two players. I think these are the absolute, they are the pinnacle of eliteness in terms of midfield abilities. And the
Hmm.
final, right? I really hope these two teams make it to the final. I really hope these two players start. They are fit and they start the game, and I want to see that battle, dude. Because I really can't. I can name only a few players who are as good as Thiago, or if not better than him. Okay, Modric is definitely one of them, and I think the one who wins the battle there, I think
Hmm.
his team is the one that's going to end up lifting the trophy. So yeah,
Right.
I'm just licking my lips already. Waiting
Hmm.
for that.
Right. I hope we win the semis first, and and let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's been a pretty long episode. Thank you, listeners. If you've listened in, do drop in your comments. I think we are witnessing greatness here. We're witnessing eliteness. Um, I think for us, I can speak for all Liverpool fans here. Dude. It's right now it's Thiago or nothing. If Thiago is not there, I don't think we'll win any of the next three trophies that we are in. We probably have four trophies at three more trophies we are going for. Uh, Chances of winning all three would decrease if Thiago is injured in the coming games. Okay,
Hmm.
but
We could end up being Leverkusen. Hmm.
yeah, we could end up being Leverkusen. That's a very sad state. You've become a Balak instead of a Pirlo or a Iniesta or a Javi. Shit.
Hmm.
Anyways, I think we'd like to call it a day there. Do let us know how important you think Thiago is. Do let us know any other player that we missed out, if possible. We would cover Thiago and we'll talk about these other players sometime soon because I think you need to have more episodes, more discussions around such players, bro, for sure. Um,
Right.
and until then, stay tuned, folks. Stay subscribed.
Yeah, Vadi. Thanks for having.
Thanks, Pramod. Thanks
Yep.
for being here. I think we'll catch up soon. Bye.